10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Episode 18 of Stadium Connect North. And as always, we've got an action-packed show ready for you all. But before we start here, I want to say hello to my co-host here. We've got our background music playing, kind of just to lighten the mood here. The one, the only NinjaGuy X for a Valentine's, right? I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, not bad, eh? Like I had a good mind today, and I decided to do that. Thank you for having me on the show consecutively for 17 episodes, now 18 episodes. Yeah. So that's very good. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So before we start here, we want to give a special shout out, and I'm going to bring it up here. As you may have noticed, in yesterday's episode 17, we debuted a brand new intro for Stadium Connect North, and we want to give a special shout out to Rokk. God bless his soul. He made this amazing intro for NinjaGuy and myself here. It is so awesome. We asked him, Rokk, do you think maybe you could do an intro? And he says, sure. And we told him these are the two things that we wanted. We wanted a Stadia theme and Canadian theme. And you could see like he went at it. God bless him. And he's even sick with COVID. He spent hours making this. So a huge shout out to Rokk. A big thank you. Check out Rokk. We've got details in the description here. Again, Rokk, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. I've had nothing but praise and comments from everybody. They're like, oh my gosh, I love this new the intro. It's so awesome. And it's great. He's got highlights around here from Toronto and Ottawa and things like that, and different streams for from Ninja and myself. So a big thank you to Rokk for this amazing intro. We really do appreciate that. There's Niagara Falls is there as well.
So thank you so much, Rokk, for that. Like John said, we really appreciate it. I know you were pretty sick, and it shows that you've put a lot of time in that. So you did that for us, and you didn't have to, and I'm super happy about it. And he even gave us the choice of two types of music that we could choose for the intro, which was even amazing. So having choices, I mean, like the chat says, Rokk he rocks. I mean, he's a very good person in general, and very supportive person of Stadia. So thanks again. Awesome. So today we actually have a special guest to interview during our show. And at the same time, I would just like to mention in the chat, we have currently a giveaway. So you can win a Merek's Market key for Stadia and a $25 donation, Canadian donation to the place of your choice. So all you have to do is put hashtag something. John, do you know what?
Yeah.
Hashtag Stadium Connect North. There you go.
North, yeah.
There you go.
And so we're giving those 2 copies away here. And each of the winners, so like Ninja said there, will win a copy of Merek's Market on Stadia. And then on the winner's behalf, Ninja will make a $25 donation to a charity of the winner's choice. And then myself as well on the second winner. So good luck to everybody here.
Yeah. So one last thing before we bring the interviewee. So we also want to announce the week 3 game for the Winter Community Championship. Well, you might have guessed it, but week 3 for the championship is Merek's Market. There you have it. So the rules will be announced a little bit later via the Winter Community Championship Twitter. But yes, so you can start practicing. Week 3 will be Merek's Market. So go ahead and get the game, download the game, claim the game on Stadia Pro, and give it a practice. Now, without further ado, we have here Dave, our special guest, which is the main dev of Merek's Market. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. So it's pretty late from where you live now, right? You live in the UK, so it's about after 9?
Yeah. I'll not fall asleep while on camera. I'll be okay.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on our show. We really appreciate it, and also you did donate those keys. So again, thank you. It's very exciting for you to be here.
No worries. You guys doing the charity donations? That's great.
The hard work, right? Yeah. But it's all good.
I'm looking at this the trailer playing, and that's giving me bits of flashbacks as well. So I had to get 3 of my friends round in the house to play the game together, doing very specific things to be able to capture.
Yeah.
So we got like a special build of it with some in-game text, where where it says 4-player co-op that pops up in a minute. Bumped that into the world, and then got everyone doing some specific actions, and it was like, right, I'm going to record it. Now go, and you do that specific action, and you'd
oh my gosh,
record a few of them and bung it together. There's a lot more work than looks like these trailers.
I've heard that doing trailers takes a lot of time because you have to take the development kit kind of the game and tweak some stuff to make it look appealing and things like that. So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So Dave, tell us about yourself, Big Village Games, and the team that you work with the game. Tell us, what is Big Village Games in general?
So I'm Dave. I'm the technical director of Big Village Games, and there's me and Jeff, who's the art director. Between us, we've made Merek's Market. We're based in the UK. I don't know. What else should I tell you?
That's about it. But tell us how did the company came up? Why did you start? Why did you start this company? What got you into making video games in general? Where did it start?
Myself and the art director working at the same company in the north of the UK, and he's done a lot of different games before. He'd worked on Tomb Raider, worked on.
Oh wow! Is it
a couple of different games anyway?
Or the newer ones, the newer Tomb Raiders?
The older ones. He doesn't like to be in the limelight, so he pushes me out, and he doesn't like to do interviews so much. That's to stay quiet. Okay. But yeah, so he's really experienced, really good at these sort of things, and really wanted to make a game in his spare time after work. So we teamed up, and we were thinking about different prototypes. And I put something together for Merek's Market to start off with, and showed him that. It was really, really bad 2D a mess that I showed him to start off with.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. But he liked it enough, and we came up with the ideas and sat in a coffee house, and a cafe rather, and just chatted it through and tried to design the different elements of it, and it's good. What got me into making games, I think, isn't it the same for everyone? You just get addicted to them when you're younger, and you play them constantly, and then you go like, I don't know what I want to do for a job. Can I do something making games?
Wow, that's awesome.
And then you follow that for years.
And there you have it. You actually have like this game on platforms. Really people can play it, and it's an amazing game. So that's cool. So Chad, just to let you know, if you have any questions for Dave, feel free to just put #question, and we'll go ahead and ask Dave some questions. But we do have a handful of questions here. If there's ever nobody who has questions, but I'm sure that they do. I had one question in general, but I can't remember. But we'll go ahead and ask you. So, what influenced you to do a game like Merek's Market? Like where did the idea of being a blacksmith came from? Like the whole idea.
It was the adventure RPG games. Thinking about, well, you're always the adventurer. You're going around and you're buying new swords, new shields, all these sort of things. Flipping it on its head, and if you run a shop, what is that like? Everyone can't always be a really great adventurer who's coming in. There must be a load of idiots who come in as well. There must be a load of local townspeople, or there could be someone coming in who, if you give them a sword and send them out into the wild, they're going to die as soon as they get out there. That was the original thought process. Like taking it away from the adventure side, plonk it in a shop and see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. Now that you mentioned that, I remember playing it. Like, I think this is mostly when you bargain. I don't know what's the real word, but when you bargain with the clients, this is the best part, because this is where you see like you gotta give them a potion, or my boyfriend is really into axe throwing. What should I get him?
I love that.
It made me giggle so much. I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
So it was just a great moment of the game. So since the game has released, what has been the reception? How do you see people liking it? And also, it came on Pro. So have you seen a lot of people talking about Merek's Market? How's the reception has been?
We got some really great reviews across the board, so we're very happy with that. And particularly since coming on Pro, there's I forgot his name, but there's someone on Twitter who seems to track the number of people on leaderboards for games.
Jack.
Jack the
Slip.
So it's like a 10x growth for Merek's Market since coming on Stadia Pro. So that's been great. I booted it up today, looked on the first leaderboards, and spent a fair few goes trying to get myself up those leaderboards, and just about managed to get onto the top again. So I really like that.
That's really funny, because I've seen that. I've seen you like on the Discord of Big Village Games. So guys, if you don't know, there's a Discord for Big Village Game. If you want to have a look, you just have to like Google Big Village Game Discords and you'll see it. But you can see Dave in there. Whenever someone do a score or something, he goes and he says, I got to beat that score. So it's very different. I've never seen a developer go in their game and trying to beat scores of people. So that leads to one of my questions. So are you pretty amazed by the scores that some people have made? Are you surprised at how skillful some people can be with the game?
Yeah. Someone on Discord, it's a few months ago now, set a score, and I've no chance of beating that. I can't do it. Some people must get it down to an absolute T. That makes me question whether they're writing down like a list of everyone who's coming in the shop and getting everything down like a perfect run, like a speed run almost of it, each level.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. We have a question here.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to highlight this here. This may have been what you were trying to mention here. So we see Crow in the chat was mentioning two things that he would love to see for this game, and I don't know, maybe there's plans for this: online co-op play and a free play level after you complete the story mode. Are there any plans to add online co-op to the game, or?
Not at the moment. In development, it was something we're thinking about, but would have had to cut so much out of the game to make time to develop the online co-op. I think I preferred to put more content in and just have local co-op.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also thought about that free play level at the end as well. So it's not something that's in active development, but I do think it's a really good idea.
Nice.
So you could have, you'd have to have it maybe where every mistake you make, it takes some health off or something. You've got to see how long you could survive.
That'd be so cool. Mm-hmm.
Like a never-ending level that gets progressively harder, and people come in and asking for more complex things or something like that.
It's not the first time that I hear from a developer that they have like to cut off on online play because of budget and time. So it's a common thing to hear around. So
it adds a lot more complexity to testing as well. If you're constantly checking that everything's synced up correctly.
Nice.
And we've just got a small team, so it'd been really difficult to do.
Absolutely. So John has put a highlight here. So we got a question from Fletch. So he says, what was it like developing for Stadia? Also, what's your thought on cloud gaming in general? So so were you the one who handled like the port of Stadia, and how hard or how easy was it?
Yeah, I was the one who handled that. Not too dissimilar to developing for PC on the bits that we did. We didn't use any of the Stadia specific features, crowd play or those sort of things.
Right. Okay.
But generally it was quite a nice experience. We didn't butt heads with that many things.
Did you have to like maybe talk with the like Google support to help you out with maybe a few things, or was it really straightforward?
Every now and again. If you'd find a little issue with Unity or something, you might ask, how do you work around this? But they were really good, easy to get hold of. They've been really supportive, Stadia, as a development partner.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now, you also mentioned that you were part of the Stadia Maker program, right? So how was it? Like, did you, was it a good program? Like, was it very helpful? And, did it encourage you a lot to go with Stadia?
Definitely was. So we got a bit of money up front, which allowed us to improve the game in ways that we couldn't have put our own money into that. At the time, we just didn't have the budget. So it's fully voice acted, which is something you don't see in a lot of indie games. Mm-hmm. We went to Fiverr, found some of the best voice acting we could find. We tried to have regional UK accents. So we've got some Scottish, some Liverpudlian, Merek's from a similar sort of area to me, so a bit northern. So we tried to have a bit of a range of UK accents to make it feel a bit ragtag, a bit medievally almost. Game of Thrones as zombie. And everyone's got those different sort of rough accents, but from around the UK, there's a little bit of that going into there. So we had some nice budget for that. We also localized all the text to French, Italian, German, and Spanish. So lots of what people got to play that wouldn't have done otherwise. It's been good.
That's awesome. Now there was also like a question from Fletch where he says, what are your thoughts on cloud gaming, right? Like, is that something that you can see using more in the future, or do you like more like a console experience?
It's something I keep diving into, Stadia. So I keep buying Stadia Pro for a month, playing a fair little bit of it, and then letting it expire and let a few more games build up and come back to it. I like it, but I sometimes don't always have the best internet connection, and so can rely on games that I've previously downloaded or discs sometimes. But I think as a piece of technology, Stadia is pretty great.
Yeah, for sure. And the internet makes a big difference. Like if you don't have a good internet, then Stadia is not good enough to play, which makes sense. So I agree. So Ian has a question here, and I'll let John talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So one of our people in the chat here, our good friend Ian's, asked if you ever have time to play games. What are your favorite? What's your favorite game or games or genre that you like to play?
They don't come up too often, but I really like a big blockbuster single player cinematic sort of game.
Mm-hmm.
What's like your Last of Us. There's Horizon coming up soon. Those sort of games I quite like. Yep. Ones I've played fairly recently, I've had a go on the latest Pokemon. Pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think John played that one too.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Do you like it?
That's awesome. Yeah. It brings some like a fresh spin on the Pokemon, formula there, and it's a little bit different. It changes things up there. So yeah, I'm glad that they're expanding and kind of like seeing how the reception is and things like that. So yeah, I'm super glad that they decided to expand on the Pokemon formula here.
Yeah, I love it too.
The gameplay's really nice. Running around with a Pokeball, trying to copy it, throw it at Pokemon and hope you hit them.
It feels like what the next gen of Pokemon should have been, right? Like in the main series. That's how I feel. Maybe they were testing grounds, and maybe like this is what we'll be seeing now from now on, which is nice.
Yeah. So we've got another question here. Are you or your team developing maybe some DLC possibly down the line, or planning on your next game already?
It's another one that's not in active development, but we've thought about DLC.
Okay.
If we get like a big enough player base of people really enjoying the game, and it becomes like they tell their friends, becomes like a self-sustaining thing. A lot of people are enjoying the game. We thought about adding another 10-level DLC pack. So that would probably be a new environment with 10 levels in it and a new boss at the end. And I have thought about maybe playing as Len or playing as, a different character or something, tell a little bit of a different story that bolted onto the back of the game. But there's nothing set in stone, and it depends how sales go. There's plenty already in Merek's market. There's a big chunky campaign and a big cult campaign to it already.
Okay. Well, moving right along here, the chat. This is great. Is the name Merek significant to a team member, or is it just made up? Like, how did that come about?
That is a really good question, because I don't know if I can remember. So we were playing with all sorts of different names for the game for a long time. Like such a menagerie or chaotic crafting or all these sort of different things, and nothing really sounded great or hit home until the Jer, the other developer, came up with Merek's Market, and I thought that sounds really nice. It kind of rolls off the tongue. We can name the main character Merek. So no, we don't know anyone called Merek. It's not like my great granddad or anything like that. No.
We don't have like an epic story where like, this this person risked his life and he saved my life to, and his name is Merek, so I put it in there.
So I named the video game after it.
Okay. So here we go. We're rolling along here. Another question. Who programmed the AI for the cat in the game? It is so well done. It acts like a real cat and just wanders off when you need him the most.
That's funny.
That was me.
That was you.
Racking the brain a bit now. So I think you set different points in the environment, as in like that's a point that the cat wants to chill out on. So there'll be shelves in the environment, and the cat really wants to jump up there and chill out on it. So you can grab the cat, drop her down, Tabitha. And that one is actually named after mine and my wife's old cat. So that's a real reference.
Story. Yeah.
When you drop the cat down, it looks for any mice that are near her, and it attacks them, checks for any mice again, attacks them, and then if there's nothing, it just wanders off, tries to find somewhere, and then just curls up to sleep straight away. So that's how the cat works.
Wow, that's so funny.
That's so awesome. Yeah.
Here, Exception says you own a dog, but a cat owns you. So it's funny that he says that because our friend here, Dave, actually just got a puppy, right? Is what I've heard.
Yeah. The last week, she's absolutely driving me crazy at the minute. Waking up in the middle of the night every night to take her out to the toilet. Yeah. Got to watch her like a hawk. But it's nice and rewarding. It's like having a brand new friend. It's good.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, as the time goes, you'll be training her, and she'll be a lot more easy to get along with. Yeah, exactly. So one question that I have here is, so you know, because you're trying those cores, we're wondering, will you be attempting the Winter Community Championship Week 3? Because you can still get in there if you'd like to. There's some prizes.
I'll have a go. I'm going to be really, really embarrassed if I can't get anywhere near the top. But that's the only concern I'd worry about. But yeah, I'll have a go. I'll not take any prizes or whatever out of it. I just fancy, having a go for fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So we've told Dave what level it's going to be for the weekly championship, so he can have a go right away. But let's hope that he keeps like top 50, so he's not embarrassed. Like hopefully he can keep in the top 50, right?
Set the bar high. Set it high. Yeah. So I see in the chat here, there's a question that says, and I'm not sure if you could talk about this or not, bringing Merek's Market to Stadia Pro, was that part of the new Pro deal where you get a share of the revenue based on the amount of plays and things like that was mentioned? And if so, and if you're allowed to talk about it, how do you feel about it, or how are you liking it?
That one might be a bit too specific, maybe for me to talk about.
Okay, yeah,
and it's pretty early, right? So it only got in 11 years ago. 11 years, yeah, 11 days ago.
11 years on Stadia Pro.
Yeah, makes sense that you don't have a lot of data about it too. So
yep. So here we go. Granite's asking question: if you magically found yourself in the game, what item would you order to take home?
Oh, crikey.
That's good. That's good.
What would be useful? I can't just like a suit of armour and sit on the sofa, just watching TV with a suit of armour. Although there's not many TVs in Merek's Market, I'm not quite sure.
I'm not quite sure which one.
Maybe some glove during wintertime, right?
Gloves, yeah. Although in a game you'll never make one glove at once, don't you? So a single glove, I'd buy and take home.
A single glove,
Michael Jackson style.
Yeah, exactly. So here's another question here: which part of the development is the most entertaining to you, and if so, what was that moment for Merek's Market? Was there one particular moment or time that you can think, wow, you guys were making the game here that was like maybe if not entertaining, maybe memorable? Like, was there like a certain part where you guys were really having a difficult time and then you got like a breakthrough or something like that?
A few positive moments. So as the designer and programmer, you sometimes get a piece of artwork dropped in front of you and you go like, that is lovely. I could really imagine that worked so much better in reality than it did in my head. So I really like those moments. They happen fairly often. And something that I've not really done before in previous games and in my previous work as a programmer is got to sit down and do the writing myself. Just coming up with like daft and silly scenarios and trying to give personality to these characters that we've just created out of my head. I really enjoyed that as something different to do. So that's sitting down for an hour. You can create these scenarios that you're going to spend the next 2 or 3 months actually creating in game. So that's quite a nice creative challenge.
So you mentioned about creating the characters there. So none of these characters, maybe is there any of them that are loosely based upon maybe relatives or anybody you know or anything like that, or are they all just like completely made up?
There's probably like little elements of people, you know. I'm thinking Len, I'm imagining as just a bit of a silly bloke you might meet down the pub or in your local bar or something like that, like a local personality sort of guy. I don't know about the other ones. I think they probably just come along organically based on what the game needs at any specific time.
Yeah, like medieval RPG style, right?
Yeah.
Do you have?
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think just a psychic is a bit of a trying to think of silly characters to put in to kind of to give that game a bit of a silly, stupid feeling to it, and a psychic who can tell the future, you know, that sort of thing.
It's so good. The attitude that they have is just like perfect. Like the comedy is exactly, you know exactly what you wanted in there, and this is what we see. So
good stuff.
Yeah. So for the plans for Big Village Games, is there like any hints that you can tell us, like in the future, what we should be expecting from Big Village Games?
Sadly, not really at the moment. It's all a little bit up in the air. So I'm really excited to see how Merek is doing and he's going to continue to do on Stadia Pro, but not really sure what the future holds yet.
Okay, maybe we'll bring you back in 2 months and ask again.
Would you consider in the future on any endeavors of making another game or bringing another game to Stadia? If the right things are in place, is that something that you would be open to?
Yeah, if we were making another game, it seems a no-brainer to bring it to Stadia. We've got the development hardware, we've got the contacts within Stadia itself, and the time to port it across wasn't that much. It was worth all the publicity and marketing that we got to support that. Anyway, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
So on my end, I'm out of question. How about you, John? Do you have other questions that you'd like to ask Dave?
No, I think Dave has covered quite a bit here. I don't know
yes.
if anybody in the chat here, if you have any other questions for Dave, let us know. I mean, he's been so open, and we learned a lot about Merek's Market. And like you said, we got the official announcement here that this is going to be a game for week 3 for the Winter Community Championship. So we can. Yep. I'm really looking forward to see how people, their different strategies that they use while they're playing the game, and the high scores, and that is just going to be awesome. So awesome to see here.
Yeah, and what's your username on Stadia, Dave, so people know who to look for the score to beat?
So just look on the top of the level 2 leaderboard and you'll find me.
Yeah.
It's my personal one was Spabbage. So that's Spabbage, which is a silly word.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that name there. I'm gonna try to beat
knock me off the top spot.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, there's so much replayability in the game because you can't do a good score on the first try. You have to like study the stage, and that's what I like about it. I have like a notepad for the current stage that we're doing, and like just to know exactly what I need to do at what time, and there's a lot of planning, which is kind of unique. You don't see a lot of that in games. Even I know that Merek's Market sometimes is compared to Overcooked, but in that part, like, it's not the same at all, which is kind of cool.
There's a fair few similarities, but a lot of differences. It started off completely different. It was just a haggling game, so it was just the talking side of things, which is nice. But if you try to build a full 8 to 10 hour game around that, you get sick of reading text all the time. So we kind of branched out and thought, okay, aside from talking and haggling, what else would someone in the shop do? So yeah, making things for people to come in. Sales stands, those sort of things that we've branched out with. And sorry.
No, you're right.
I was going to say, setting high scores. I think you're right in that you can't get it right the first time. You can get it better the next time, but then you have to almost make a mental list of who's coming in at what point, or make things ahead of time. And for every second that you leave someone standing at any counter, like the tip that you get from them will decrease. So you've got to jump in straight away.
Do you lose tips also when you have to press the buttons to get the tip? Is that also, do you lose also there?
I think you do, from memory, I think you do.
Oh my gosh.
So you've got to be fast at that. But if you fail that, you lose your multiplier and your high score's no good anymore.
Oh my gosh.
No pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's going to be a fun one to watch. Like, I'm really hyped and can't wait for it. So, Dave, thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
It was very fun, and you're very entertaining. You're a very positive person, and I love it. So I really appreciate it for you taking some time on a Friday night. Know. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been lovely to chat to you both.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. And thank you for donating those codes there to give away here. Maybe before Dave goes here, we'll go ahead and give away one of the games here in the chat. So I've seen a lot of people already enter here. If you haven't got your entry in, now remember we've got 2 copies to give away. So we're going to give away one now. Enter hashtag Stadium Connect North, and you'll get your name into the hat here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give away the first the game here. So let's go ahead on the bot here, hit roll away, and remember to in addition to getting a copy of Merek's Market on Stadia, NinjaGuy and myself will also be making a $25 donation to the charity of your choice to complement that. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. Our first winner is, there we go, Raphael. So if you're in the chat here, Raphael, congratulations. We just need you to speak up here and claim your prize. And you'll be having fun here. And who knows, maybe because he wins this copy of Merek's Market, he'll enter the Winter Community Championship and come away number 1 this week. We never know, right?
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah,
there he is.
There we go. Yep. Congratulations. So if you to go ahead and contact Raphael, I'm sure you know how to contact either Ninja or myself, but you can hit the exclamation mark contact and you will get my contact info in there. So congratulations. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way here. And again, thank you so much, Dave. We really do appreciate you taking that time. As Ninja said, here on a Friday night, we know it's after 10 o'clock your time there in the evening. So again, thank you so much, and we appreciate it. And maybe we'll chat with you again in a couple of months here. Who knows? Maybe you'll have something new to talk about. And for sure. Awesome.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. And thanks everyone for all the questions.
All right. Yeah, you are more than welcome. All right. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
See you, Dave.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Wow. That was so awesome.
I love it. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. And we have already our first winner here. Getting things set up in the background here because we are going to now move over to the news on Stadia here. So let me see. All right. Let's make sure. I need to get over here. It's on this screen. And bam. Okay. Here. We're going to be along the side here. So this week, we had a blog. This week on Stadia blog post. And it was got some good information here. We'll scroll down here. We won't read it word for word, but we'll kind of glance over it here. My Hero 1's Justice 2. We saw that it got rated. I believe it was the end of December that there was a rating for the game. And then the week prior, the previous the previous blog post had when it was advertised on Twitter in the thumbnail we did see the My Hero 1 Justice 2 there, but it wasn't on the blog. Well, so here we are. We got confirmation that the game is coming out this Tuesday. So fans for that game were definitely excited
John,
for that.
Sorry to interrupt, but I really have to sneeze.
Oh,
hey, Fletch! How are you doing, man?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, sorry. Baby, unfortunately.
No,
it's asleep right
that's
there.
quite
right
all
now,
right.
So.
So I noticed in the chat they were making like John's blanking. Well, you know exactly what it was. Is I saw the private chat here pop up, but I didn't read it, and it was over top of the screen here. So I was like, all right, I got to try and move my mouse over here while talking. But sure enough, here it is. So awesome. We're glad that you could make it, sir. And yeah, we're just going over this week's news here. So let's continue on here. Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire. It's just so happens that Fletch comes in as we're talking about Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire. I know he is super excited for this game when it was announced, and then later confirmed that it was coming on February the 15th. We are super excited about this, and here we go. Tuesday, we're going to get 2 games that we know of. My Hero 1 Justice 2 and Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire. Looks like that's going to be a really, really fun game to play. Moving along here, Rainbow Six Extraction demo. That's up. You get 2 hours of the Rainbow Six Extraction demo on Stadia. And remember, if you purchase the game, you also get 2 buddy passes that are good for 2 weeks each. And our good friend Fletch here found out that you can give one person both of the buddy passes there. So in essence, they can get 28 days and 2 hours of gameplay with you before they decide to purchase the game. We have next weekend here, Jackbox Party Pack 7 is coming it's going to be a free play weekend. That's starting Thursday, February the 17th. All the way up to the Sunday, the 20th. So that is going to be, looks like it's going to be fun. And I think maybe why they mentioned this now, instead of doing it this weekend, because this weekend is the Super Bowl. There's a lot of football fans. So, we don't want to be overshadowed by the big celebrations. And sure enough, look at this. Madden right here. Nice segue, right? Into Madden celebrates the Super Bowl. I think, what's that? Super Bowl, is it 56?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what L stands for.
Yeah.
It's probably 50.
I'm out of it.
I'm not a big football fan here,
when we're at like Final Fantasy 50, I'll start understanding those remaining words. But sorry to interrupt you again, John, but we have someone special again in the chat, and it's our friend Rokk. So Rokk says, sorry I'm late.
Oh, there's Rokk. Oh,
just woke up from my COVID-induced sleep.
Oh, yes. No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Rokk, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, thank you so much for the intro that we did. It's very appreciated. We know that you took a lot of time to do that. So we really appreciate it, and yeah,
especially while he's battling COVID there. I know Rokk has had his had all his shots and things like that, but I can just imagine, it would have been how many times worse if he hadn't, got his shots there. But we hope he feels better soon. And again, thank you so much. We know he's put a lot of work into the intro there. And, kind of just like we mentioned at the top of the show here, we're super appreciative of that. And it was like, basically, like we said, we want Stadia in Canada in it, and he's like, okay, that's all I need, and bam, like he went through. And I know he even had some troubles. He had it all done. He worked several hours on it. He had it all done. He was having some compiling problems, so he had to start all over again.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. So again, a big shout out, and we've heard nothing but, as we can see in the chat here, like praise for Rokk and all his awesomeness that he is, and thank you again. So we're gonna move on here, talking about Madden 22 in the Super Bowl. So Madden, of course, is gets in on some of the action here. Super Bowl weekend coming up, and then we also have some information here on the Elder Scrolls Online. It says that the upcoming chapter has just been announced, and the High Isle is now available for pre-purchase. So if you do the the pre-order in the store, you get access to previous content as well. So it's a really awesome pre-order deal here for Elder Scrolls fan, and it's just super awesome to see. And those available, the promo that's going on is available to pre-purchase now until April the 4th. So, if you're Elder Scrolls or you're looking to get into it, now's a great time. You do the pre-order and you get access to previous content there to get played and caught up with.
It's funny because every time we have Fletch on the show, it's always games that, he really enjoyed. So you're pretty excited about that DLC probably, Fletch, right?
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine here.
Yep.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice.
Now we've got the third and final DLC in the series here for Far Cry 6. We got Joseph here, and so he was the villain in Far Cry 5, and definitely at the time that the game came out, it was so symbolic of political things going on and whatnot. So now he's made his way to Far Cry 6, and it's playable. The mode that it's in here, it's co-op, and you can actually invite your friend. They don't have to own the game either. You send the invite over, and they can play along with you.
Wow.
And it says, explore a twisted version of Hope County, fight your former followers, and confront your family members. Available now. So that is awesome. Here we go. We're talking about Destiny. So we know that Destiny is the latest update and add-on. The Witch Queen is coming February the 25th, I believe. So a couple weeks away. But we've got some a little trailer, and also the developers are talking about the Witch Queen and things like that. So it's definitely worth the check out here. Again, this is another game I think Fletch is interested in as well, unless I'm wrong here.
I'm not been a massive Destiny 2 player. I do enjoy it though. I do enjoy it, and I am looking forward to it.
Yes.
I will try and get into it. The thing is with Destiny is I always try to get into it, play it for around 2 to 3 hours, then put it down and then forget to go back to it because there's other stuff coming out. And I feel like then when I try to jump back in it, everyone else is so far forward. I'm like,
you don't catch up.
Yeah.
So here I was going to say, I know Rokk is a big fan, and thank you, Rokk. The actual release is February the 22nd, so even sooner, a couple weeks away. So I guess not this week, next week, right? So
Yep. Soon.
So the 22nd,
which is
what is that?
It's not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after.
So the
So
following
2 weeks.
Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So Witch Queen is not just a DLC, but an expansion of the game. So it's you're basically buying a full sequel of Destiny. That's what I get from it. I've only bought maybe 1 or 2 of those expansion, but they're very full of very juicy. They're very meaty. There's a lot of stuff to do in those, so it's always worth the money to get into that.
Yes, it's definitely. And so that's this week on Stadia here, a blog post. So pretty good. We got some updates. We know 2 games are coming on Tuesday as well, free play. And so that is good. Let's move along here. It's on my other screen, and we are going to talk about Zorro. So Zorro was mentioned, I think it's been about a year or so ago for the game here. It was mentioned that it was coming to Stadia.
March 2021, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why, whatever reason, it's not allowing me to go full screen here, you silly thing. But anyways, Zorro, we get an update. It's coming out summer of this year. So still a few months away. Summer doesn't officially begin until near the end of June. So the timetable for this game could be anywhere from the end of June to the end of September. And we see here, so that's coming to Stadia. Even though the tweet doesn't mention Stadia in it, it's at the end of the trailer here, and also someone confirmed as well. Further down, I know Chronicles of Stadia asked about it, and I was like, well, no, the trailer shows it. The press release doesn't mention it, but this does, a posting on the site. And someone from the publisher here confirmed, yes, it is coming to Stadia as well. So
okay.
I see Ian asking, is Antonio Banderas voicing Zorro? I doubt it, but it would be awesome if they got that right. Like, that would be so sweet if they did. Yeah, I mean, you could see, like, this isn't going to be a game for everybody here. It's, might be geared toward a little bit toward kids and things like that, but still fun nonetheless, right? Like, who doesn't love Zorro? So I'm definitely going to check it out here. Look, there's Black Stallion as well.
I thought that for some reason I thought that this was published by Outright Games, but I guess I was wrong. So
I know that's you would think so, right?
Yeah. I look at the gameplay. I've looked at a few videos since it's got announced, and I can't make up what it's going to be. So I'm going to be curious. I'm curious to know if it's like an open world game, or if it's if it's more geared toward like an easy audience, or
I guess definitely we will find out here. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's see here. I linked to the studio that's developing it.
I'm kind of hoping for a easy achievement list as well myself, but I know from the publisher they're not very good with easy achievement lists. I'm expecting it to be pretty difficult.
Yeah. This was a post from March of last year, obviously, because it was been delayed. One of the developers are out of Quebec here in Canada, and it's saying that Zorro, the Chronicles, the game is a fun and action-packed video game targeted at all public, as it is hero character Zorro, beloved for nearly a century by young and old alike. I don't know, other than that, if it really says... it says the game's adapted from the Cyber Group Studios hit animated series Zorro.
It's a mystery. It doesn't really show, so...
Yeah, it really doesn't say, so, we'll find out. Hopefully we hear more as the game gets closer to release here. And let's move on. Okay, fine. You don't want to close?
Oh my gosh!
Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Nice.
So we have another game, Lumote. Yes, Lumote here has announced that it is coming to Stadia. Wired Productions, our good friends, they were the publishers of Falconeer. And Lumote is being developed by a studio that's here in Vancouver, British Columbia, and it's coming out March 24th. So everything looks, from what we've seen from the game, it looks great. And you can see the developers here. I love these little knitted
The plushies are cool.
I wish we could get those
Purchase
as well.
them,
So Lumote is coming, and I don't know if they have... I don't know if Wired Productions, let's move it up here, if they have a trailer. Oh, there's some pizza.
There was a trailer, but I guess it's not in there. But it's exciting. While John look for that, it's exciting because we're starting to get a few games in March announced. So I think we have about 2 or 3 games coming out in March now that we've heard of. So it's starting to build up.
Yeah. Do we know if from Wired Productions if they're bringing Martha is Dead over? I know that was another game they're working on, but I don't know if there's any hintings of that. But possible, especially because Wired are big supporters of Stadia as it is.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see. I know I have reached out to the developers here for Lumote to see if we can get them on the show. So
crossing
the fingers here. Hopefully we'll be able to talk with them soon on this game. But again, another awesome game coming to Stadia here. And our good friends, Yee's at Broken Arms Games, 100 Days is out. Oh yeah, Rebecca, I just want the crochet pattern. I'll make a bunch of Rebellica, if you get the crochet pattern, I will buy a couple off of you. That would be so awesome. I would love to have those. That would be great. Anything game related, I think I just go like crazy for, like, just because it's something, you know, that relates to the game here and things like that. So that would be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Maybe if we could get the developers on the show, we could ask them for the crochet pattern for Rebellica.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. So anyways, here, 100 days. Yves, we spoke with him a couple of weeks ago, and now he's out here. They've got a tweet. There's a to-do. They've got their to-do list. They're a little mini roadmap here before the end of April. Updating the Stadia version to 1.30, the PC version to 1.32. The game's going to be also coming out on Switch, PS4, PS5, Napa mobile porting, Napa Stadia porting. I'm not sure what that.
Okay.
I don't know. No, Android Lite version. Napa. I don't know.
I think Napa is one of their DLC content for
the
game.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, remember he was mentioning that.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yep. And then look at this. Remember we spoke with Yves and they said that they were pitching a game within the next couple of weeks. Well, look at that. Starting pre-production of the new game. Ooh. So I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll have Yves on in the next couple of months here and see if we can see, maybe he can give us a hint here.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
Right. So I'm going to close this. So Friday's show, we know the big hoopla that was going on was the Business Insider article. And there was a lot of talk about it. And there's been a lot of talk since then as well. Maybe about an hour after we finished the show here, Stadia put out a tweet and many people responded to it and liked, and definitely this was something that they were praised for. And Stadia saying, if you hear one thing, hear this. The Stadia team is working really hard on a great future for Stadia in cloud gaming. We hope you agree, and we know the proof is in the playing. And then they go on here to talk about, we're particularly proud about the 50 games, the more than 100 titles coming this year, plenty of free days. And they also said, you know what, there's more stuff coming, but we just can't talk about it yet. And we've seen the hints in the community about, getting the certifications in places like Mexico, Brazil, all that good stuff. So hopefully things are in the woodwork here. And so really kudos to the team over at Google for coming out here and trying to help squash the silliness that goes on when articles get posted. Yeah. And there's also, let's see here. No, I don't know why that mismanaged it. So it's kind of funny because also we see a tweet here. Not this tweet in particular is funny, but the article that they're referencing here. This was a couple of days later. So the article that they're referencing, I don't know why is that being off here. Let's click. Is a dev article that was posted the day before the business article. So last Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. And this just reconfirms about the Stadia Pro incentive program that was mentioned this past summer, and that we had someone in the audience ask Dave about as well, which he couldn't comment about getting the 70% of the monthly revenue and session days. We also heard here that, again, Stadia games that launched through December 2023. So that was even more proof. People are saying, oh, well, they're going to ditch Stadia. Well, no, here's stuff where they have plans for December 2023. And then also what was great here is to see comments from two of the developers that are in Stadia Pro, have had their games in Stadia Pro. And, we're talking about here, Grime and Dark Side Detective. They're like, we've launched two of our titles in the Stadia Pro program recently, Grime and the Dark Side Detective. Despite being polar opposite in terms of content and genre, both performed well in terms of finances and player reception. So there you go. Sometimes you say, you hear people say, well, Stadia Pro's only going to have these certain kind of games. Well, look at this. Here's two completely opposite type of games, and the developers said they've performed above expectation. And the same thing with our friends from Outright Games. It's the same sentiment here. We brought our games into Stadia Pro, and there's been an amazing amount of engagement and reception. And as they expand their portfolio, we'll continue to bring more opportunities to play great kids games in the cloud. So that's awesome. It's really good to hear. And then Stadia tweeted that out as well. Normally the dev articles, I don't think they tweet out, but in this instance, when there was so much hoopla going around and such, this was really great to see that they're listening here. And it's really awesome.
I think the main thing is as well to take away from it is they've got country expansion on the lines. They've got games coming up until 2023, as noticed there.
Yeah,
they're prepared. They're not going anywhere. And just shut down all of those articles straight away. I know there's still places posting stuff about it all, and a lot of them are factually incorrect. Good to see Stadia actually say something back.
Yeah,
and sort of
maybe they're having, like you're saying, maybe they're having like more of a presence because they want to show that because of the expansion. Maybe they want to show that they're there and very alive.
I'm sure just as the talks that we have behind closed curtains where we're frustrated, I'm sure it's no different when the people at Google and in the Stadia brand see this stuff. I'm sure they're swearing up a storm and just as upset and mad and just as we are as well. But obviously, you don't show that in front of the public and things like that. So they're just upset. So they're doing the right thing here, putting out the information, and hopefully, when all's said and done, things clear up and people get on to whatever else the next thing is going to be, for the news du jour, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our good friends over here, Sky Climbers. Again, this was put out last weekend here, and they're just telling us, look, it's Stadia Sunday, and we want to reassure everybody in the community that our plans haven't changed. We will be announcing our official alpha release date in the coming weeks. So this is great. We know that in March, they're going to be having alpha for PC and then Stadia later on. So we should get some news about that here not too far away. And also, we've contacted the developers too when they're getting ready to announce the Stadia alpha. Through the channels program here, they've agreed to come on to the show. So we'll be talking with the crew for Sky Climbers as well here, probably within the next little bit as well. So,
yes,
yep. And I see here, I can't in the chat there, also mentioning about Aaron Hoffman clapping out back against it. Yeah, I talked about that on Rokk show on Tuesday as well. Aaron, talking about the misinformation and all that silliness that's going on. Yeah, it's just
okay.
Yeah, again, it's so awesome to see that as well. So
I'll tell you what, on the subject of Sky Climbers, sort of watching their videos from when they first announced the game to now, it is taking very nice shape. I regret not putting anything towards the Kickstarter due to lack of money at the time. So thank you, everyone. But it's going to be, looking really forward to that. It's looking like it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, and we're getting like almost at the end there, like the end of 2022. I think we're gonna start seeing like gameplay. We can all like access the early access, and in 2023, that's when they released the version 1.0 of the game. So getting close to it.
Yep, for sure. Okay, so Instinction. This is another game that the Stadia community helped. They reached out to the developer and they're like, we want to see Extinction on Stadia. And there's a lot of vocal support in the community, which, by the way, as we had our interview yesterday, last episode 17, with 13 AM Games, and Alex had mentioned, just like Yves had mentioned, and that we hear from other developers, is how vocal and how supportive and the love they feel from the Stadia community when they announce their games coming to the platform. They said it's overwhelmingly, like, it's a nice feeling of being overwhelmed and appreciate it and support it. So like we said in yesterday's episode, keep up. If you see a game or that you want to come to Stadia, don't feel that you can't reach out to the developer and show the support. And it obviously it works, right? So it's just getting that out there, and keep up the good work. But going extinction wise here, we know that now they've got a little thing up for people here where you can go vote for the dinosaurs that you'd like to see in the game. It's a pretty big list, and you can only vote for one. I don't know. Did it bring up?
When I saw the list, I was like, where's the option for all of them?
I know, yeah. It says it's in the top right-hand corner of their website. So let's see. Extinction. I want to go to Extinction. The Dino Poll. Yeah. Here it is. Sorry, I'm looking the other way. So they've changed this a bit. They've added to the website here now. And look, here you go. So what would you like to see in Extinction? And they had
them all. Oh my gosh.
Boatload. Let me see here. A boatload of, I'm going to make it bigger. Here we go. A boatload of dinosaurs that you can choose from. And it's a lot of them I didn't even know. There's Ian says Ankylosaurus. Is that what you said, Ian? Right there. Look. So Ian, you're going to have to go over to the Extinction Twitter and vote. Click on their link there. But there's just a ton to choose from. And that's at Extinction Game on Twitter. So that's awesome. Being able to get people Ducky from the land before time. Interacting with your audience and your potential audience to help shape the game. That's always great. You can never go wrong with that. So it's so cool. So we also then have, we saw a tweet here. Stefan, I actually saw his reply first, asking if this is coming to Stadia as well. Cheeky Bonic, I guess, as we go by. Zombie Army 4 is getting a free season 1. It's going to become free for all platforms. And it includes, some campaign levels. I love these Zombie Army games. So seeing that this stuff is coming free, you get characters, you get weapons and things like that. So if you own Zombie Army 4 on the 17th, you're going to have free season 1. I don't know if you have to automatically claim it or not, or they're just going to add it in there. But this is awesome to see.
I reckon it might just be like a claim button, like you would do with pro games. That's what I reckon will happen.
Yeah. That's what I would guess too. I'm going to go ahead and close out this here. Okay, so I'm looking over on the screen to my left. So Lee over at Stadia Source noted earlier this week that Dirt 5 has been updated. So that's good, cross-platform play. And there was also, I'm not sure if anybody has any screenshots, but there's also noted there was an advertisement for a game that says it was coming to Stadia. So
right.
Yeah, do you have that up? Is that on yours, Fletch?
Just
on your Twitter or?
Yeah, I will just forward it to you. Give me a second.
And Fletch can expand also about the update, right? Like Fletch, so you know that there's been some DLCs, right? That's been added.
Yes, so there were 3 DLCs added. So that was the Red Bull and a couple of others. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but it brings it up into line with other platforms. But what was really funny about the update is that it said apply with the PlayStation terms, and it was like,
right,
what's going on here? So I reckon it was just a easy port process. Maybe it was to do with the easier porting process they were mentioning before. So it could be possible. That. I'm just going
and they're mentioning here, Marcus here is mentioning too, Destiny as well. So see that in Destiny. But so did you send me? How did you send me that?
Just on Discord, or I can bring
yeah,
on my
you
screen.
can actually share your screen here. Yeah, if you want to
why
share
not?
your screen to show. So there's a game here that's advertised. Let's see how this works here. All right, you ready for me to?
Yeah. So I'll
There
just
we
bring
go.
it there. So as you can see here,
Yeah.
okay, Grid Legends launching February 25th, and this is captured directly.
Nothing is confirmed at all, but it's truly strange if it's not coming, right? Like they've added this update and it's showing here when you launch Dirt 5 and you get in there, so Grid Legends is coming on the 25th. Well, why would you advertise that on the platform if it's not coming? So we don't know. Maybe on the 25th it'll be a nice pleasant surprise, but keep your expectations in check, because this could just be another oops boo-boo.
Yeah. So just a side note, like this is not news, right? This is just us speculating that it could come. So we're not sure. It's just it's just there, and you never know.
Yeah, I think with the PlayStation terms there, it kind of makes it a bit like, was it just a port from PlayStation? So it's a bit 50-50.
Yeah.
But if it does come, I'll be happy. I really love Grid, so seeing Grid Legends.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
For sure. And we also know, I saw Project Storm. He was streaming this. When Dirt, previously before this patch, Dirt on Stadia, when you were playing it in 4K, what would happen is every once in a while, the game would freeze. It would still be running, but the game would look like everything on the screen would freeze. Well, I know I saw him stream that that problem has been fixed. So it runs great now in 4K as well. So nice. Awesome. Yeah, it's great to see, they're keeping that up to date here.
I'll stop sharing now. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. And so we're moving along. We talked about it a couple of times already. Yesterday, we spoke on episode 17, for those maybe not watching today. On episode 17, we spoke with Alex from 13 AM Games here in Toronto, developer of Dawn of the Monsters. And if you haven't had a chance to check out that interview, check it out. Alex was so awesome. So many questions and that he was able to answer, and we learn about the game. And again, that's another March game. We don't have a specific date for March, but we know it's coming in March, and it's going to be launching for $29.99 US. We're anticipating $39.99 Canadian. And I think, Fletch, usually when games are about $30 in the US, aren't they around £25 in the UK?
It depends
somewhere,
on the game. Really weirdly, it's stuff like FIFA is the same price in dollars as it is in the UK.
Wow.
So it's based on the publisher's discrepancy, but usually it'll be around that sort of £25 mark. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, hopefully, but we'll see here. More info to come soon, so definitely check out that interview. Again, shout out to Alex for taking his time there and talking with us here. And finally, here on the news, look at this. Granite says, Dawn of the Monsters interview completely turned me around about how great that game looks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes, talking with the developer and finding out about it. And especially, what we love here being Canadians, we don't get to see Canada a lot in video games, is that there's a whole section. About 20% of the game is going to be played in Toronto, and lots of nods that we saw to Canadian things. Godzellers, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's so good.
Right? Named after Zellers. It was a department store here that's now no longer, but it's iconic and, very sentimental to people growing up. We saw about the coffee shop, Tim Horton Donuts in there, Roots, all these iconic Canadian things, and there's a whole lot more. So we're really, really looking forward to that game. Life is Strange, the remaster collection, dropped across all platforms. As we know, it's included in Stadia Pro. And there's been some patches already to the game. And they're already talking about here, we can confirm the following fixes have already made live for several platforms. We see Stadia, but they've got fixes for lighting and contrast, subtitles displaying incorrectly, no audio appearing in some cinematics. And I remember I had some of these issues when I first streamed when the games came out. So it's good to see, look, they've already put fixes out for this. And on the 21st, there are even more fixes coming, missing character accessories, all that good stuff. And, there's specific, let's see if we go to Stadia, correlation lighting, character movement, and animation improvements. So they're working on it here. We've already got some fixes. And yeah. So
I was about to say that. So like Zarina says, it's great how fast they issued those patches. So definitely hats off to that, right? Like it's very fast. We don't see that often. So it's cool that they give us that kind of news that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's great as well is seeing that Square Enix are actually doing updates incredibly quickly. It makes a difference to when Outriders had the issues. So it's good to see that they're now doing it in a timely manner as well. Hopefully we see that continuing forward with Square. I know they're a big supporter of Stadia anyway.
Yes, very true.
Yes, that's awesome. Definitely, I know there's been some talk too with the recent releases of Kingdom Hearts for the Cloud Edition over on Switch. And there's been an uproar, how people don't like that, whatever. And meanwhile, you see the Stadia community is like, and I know Ninja, you put a tweet out there as well. It's like, we would love those games on Stadia, like the Kingdom Hearts game. So hopefully something could be in the works there, because we know, they were released on PC not too long ago. So we'll see. Who knows? They could be in the works, just like we learned again about from Dawn of the Monsters, right? We learned that they made that agreement about bringing the game to Stadia last year. So about a year ago, but we didn't hear anything about the game just until this last week. So deals could already be made and they're just not ready to announce them, whether we like the timing or not. So who knows? Keep your fingers crossed again. Keep being vocal on social media, is just saying, show the support. People are watching. We have proof. If anybody doesn't believe, and we're even going to talk about it some in the community here, that people from Google, people from Stadia are watching and taking notes. So it's good here. Yeah,
exactly. I think now we're at our community news segment, if I'm not mistaken, John. Awesome. So let me just bring up my screen this time around. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about people from the community. We're going to talk about rumors. We're going to talk about speculation. So this is the part where there's always some juicy, interesting news here. So we're going to start here with Rokk. So here it says. We did talk about it before, but did you catch the new intro by Rokk? So we will also be putting it at the end of our show if you missed out. But yes, Rokk has made us a very nice intro video here. Actually, I'll put the video. And it's so nice of him to do this for us. We I think John asked him, and he kindly accepted. We just asked him to do like a Canadian team type of a video for us, and he took the time even when he was sick to do the video, which was incredible from him. And he even gave us choices of music that we can put on. And when I saw the intro, I was really amazed by the good work that he done. So
this was like so amazing. Like I wasn't not saying I wasn't expecting much from him, but I think our initial when we were talking about the intro ourselves, we were thinking, maybe something 10 to 15 seconds or something like that. Rokk went way
full on.
He went full on, right? Like pedal to the metal here. And, it was just awesome. And we are so happy about, him making this intro. And like I said, we use it as an outro too, because it's perfect. So we're making these slow advancements here on our show. And, like you'll see I'm on Rokk's show every Tuesday. And, there's not a competition between shows. We're all family in this community, right? So it's just amazing. We all help each other out and, just spread the love. And again, thank you so much, Rokk. It is totally awesome.
Thank you. All right, so moving on here, we have some charts that's been posted for Google Gaming, I think. And
Yeah.
so here, just as Google for Games put out a report beyond 2021, where does gaming go next? So the report reaffirmed that we've been saying Latin America is one of, if not the hottest cloud gaming potential. So I'm going to let John talk about this one because I'm not
Yeah.
too familiar, but yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So there was a report out there, and it's linked into my tweet, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. But part of it was oh no, it's okay.
okay. Let's go back.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
We'll click on that in a minute. It's fine.
Okay.
So part of the report here, when it looks at the different places around the world for gaming, Latin America, and we've been talking about this, and so have many other peoples. Latin America is a hot place, not only for temperature, but for right, as far as a gaming potential, because of the price of hardware there is like skyrocketed, and it's just lots of inflation and tax and things like that. This is a perfect place for cloud gaming to take off. And we can see in this report here, it says cloud gaming is an opportunity to democratize hardware usage in the Latin America region where regulation has made ownership difficult. From 2020 to 2021, the number of players paying to use cloud gaming services will grow sixfold to 1.2 million players who will spend $37.6 million on access to cloud gaming services and content purchased via those services. Despite this trend, however, many major cloud gaming service providers have indicated that the Latin America is one of the last regions into which they intend to formally expand. So this chart here, well, it just shows you about the big potential, and you can see the opportunity here. We've already seen Xbox Cloud Gaming expand to Brazil, and we've also seen, from the community about the registration happening in Latin America as well for Stadia. So super fingers crossed on this one. And I think it's really inevitable that we'll see expansion to Stadia across the world. Latin America is like a no-brainer because this is, the market is so primed for cloud gaming and the explosion of mobile devices there. Ninja, if you want to close this, nope, just close the picture there. Yeah, and click on the link, the report itself.
Yeah, I got it here actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yep. And we'll go down here. Latin America shifts to mobile. So there's, if you want to just move down through it here, it talks all about gaming player demographics as well. This is a really awesome report, and there's a PDF you can download additionally that has a lot of information as well, telling you about mobile is taking off around the world. As much as hardcore gamers want to tell you that console gaming is the end all be all, I'm going to tell you, like, if you look there, right, it's just like the amount of mobile gamers around the world is just amazing. And this is talking about here North America, different trends as well. We're going through here, about different opportunities. There's cloud down there. Mobile. Also plays 69% mobile, 66 console, 49 PC.
Yeah. So is this a report done by Google?
Yep. If you scroll to the very top, look, games with google.com it's done by Google themselves, and the PDF itself even has quotes. Look at this. We've got the European market, right? Middle East, Africa as well. That's another huge market to be tapped into. And you can see like a lot of different things, 3 themes that will help shape the region beyond there. Look at this, clouds up there, PC, right? Mobile. So
look at that.
Yeah. So it's a lot of great information that you can dig into on different regions throughout the world here. Yep. And look at this. Here's a good comment here. Expansion is the only way to grow for Stadia. 100% agree. I think it's established now in the markets that it's in. It's time to now expand, get those more players. And we always know the bigger the audience, the more games that will come, right? So I think it's really just inevitable.
Yeah,
I think with oh sorry,
go ahead,
I think
Fletch.
with Brazil as well, sort of an insight into xCloud. When people started using xCloud down there, and sort of since it's launched, there have been like people were reporting like hour-long queues to get into games on xCloud. So it just shows you the mass market they've already got there with a cloud service provider. And along with that, I know that I've been speaking to Ninja before about the viability of mobile and how large it is, and we don't actually realize it's a completely different beast to what everyone realizes. And you know, the top games streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch are all mobile games.
Like I mean,
it's huge.
Yeah, look at here. Like, look at the amount of revenue there. So you look at mobile, 57.9 billion, and if you're going to compare it to console, 10.5 billion. Right?
That's crazy.
So, and that's in this particular the Asia Pacific region here. So, you know, the different regions around the world all have, you know, that pie looks a little bit different, but when you take everything into consideration, mobile is like by far outnumbering the hardcore gamer at like amazing, like tenfold, if not more here. So, you know, as much as, you know, and I'm not saying that the experiences on consoles and things like that aren't great. It's awesome. But when you look at the big picture here, where the money's to be made is that global mobile market. So in cloud gaming, being able to play on your mobile devices, on the tablet and things like that, that opens up a whole new world and a whole slew of gamers. I'm sure 10 years from now, 15 years from now, the gaming landscape is going to look completely different. And you know, if you look at the audience there, it's going to be so diverse than what it is today. We've already seen changes over the last 20 to 30 years. Again, in the next 10 to 15, it's going to change even more.
And I mean, things are shifting, right? Like we're gonna see some changes in the future years for sure. What I like is that it's Google that published all of this, so they are aware that you know, Brazil, like the Latin America, is good with cloud gaming. So then they know obviously that it's a good market. So it makes sense that we'll see it sometime soon.
Yeah, it's just getting all the ducks in the row. And like I said, with that link there, you'll be able to. There's a PDF as well that's even more extensive. That you could download and read. It's a really good read if you have time and you're interested in the cloud gaming and the different markets and things like that. Awesome. And it's free. It's free.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yep.
So next up we got Stadia Enhanced from Chris, not Chris from Google, but Chris from Stadia Enhanced has posted a new version. So we're now at 1.19.3. So he's just saying that it's he has the new report a bug system that you can put that's been powered by Original Penguin, which is another great supporter of Stadia. So that's pretty cool. And he started working on version 1.20, so he's changing his version number. So he will focus on easier maintenance and performance based on recent pool. So it's always exciting to see what he puts in. Sometimes I run Stadia on my PC and I see an exciting feature and I'm like, is that from Stadia Enhanced or is that from actual Stadia? Because honestly, some of his features are incredible. Again, I always say it, but I always have some good stuff.
Yeah, maybe we should see if we can get Chris to come on one time, talk to him, and that would be great, right? You know, I'm sure lots of people would have questions in the chat as well. So maybe Chris, if you're listening, we'd love for you to come on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe reach out and we'll work something out for sure.
Yeah, or we can give him a quick shout there and ask him for sure.
Yep.
All right, so here we have some new job opportunity from Google. So it's called the Stadia payment. Is it the operations? Yep. So if we look at the job description here, the role is to maintain the way that payments are done via Stadia. So it's a very specific type of job, but yeah, you have to like go ahead and make sure that the payments go smoothly and try to find an innovative way to make the payments. So John, I don't know if you want to talk about your your application.
Mr.
Or, yeah.
Yeah. I went ahead. So one of the positions open here is in the Waterloo office here, which is not too far from Toronto there. So I went ahead and just threw my name in the hat. I mean, it's a 1 in a million chance, but this is actually something I think that I would be qualified and be able to do. So it's awesome. I just happened to see that, like, because I have LinkedIn will just send me random emails and things like that. And this was one of them here. And yep, you can see I tweeted, and like lots of people are like, "Woohoo! Awesome! Good luck!" and things like that, which was so awesome to hear.
Whistleblower at night.
Yeah, and I whistleblower, and I love that.
Oh
where was that tweet? Was that a tweet that somebody?
Yeah, go
I
up.
can't
Yeah,
remember.
in lead here.
Oh yeah, there it is in lead here. Google manager at day, whistleblower at Stadia. That scored that night. I love that. That made me laugh so hard. But yeah, no. So this is awesome. You can see like this is new positions here, and they're hiring for them. You work with different partners on payments and making sure things go through and different ideas. So it's awesome. So we'll see from there. It's just further evidence of Google working with Stadia, and of course they're going to be I'm sure this stuff too will also go towards their B2B of Stadia as well. So it's not something that we can't really deny, but it's good to see these job postings there. I know someone posted, I don't know if it was on Discord or on Twitter. I think it might have even been Granite on Discord, was saying, if they ever ask about your dedication, just pull up your sleeve and show them your upper arm there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
there's Pro here saying that too. Yeah,
you've already got the uniform, don't you? Though you got the bag.
I know.
I think someone said like go to the next level and put like a program manager, payment operator on the tattoo to show your dedication.
Yeah.
It's
just too funny. Yeah.
It's like, oh man, we have such a good bunch of people. I mean, of Stadia users. Like, I love it here.
Yep, it's awesome.
So next up, we got Farming Simulator 2022. So many have asked, and now we can confirm their first pack for Farming Simulator 2022. Year 1 season pass will be coming in March 2022. I'm not sure why we got that in speculation, but I think it's because it's not confirmed, right? We don't see the Stadia logo.
What we do have confirmed is, you can see my tweet down there. You see, is it coming to Stadia as well? Cheeky Bonnet there says, so the pass, no, but the content, yes. So what that means is being able to buy it collectively as a pass, no. That's not available on Stadia, but buying them separately as they become available, yes, that will become available on Stadia. So you're getting it in a roundabout way. I don't know why, like, you can't just buy the season pass. Who knows? Whatever the reasoning is for that, we won't question that. But regardless, the good thing is that we're going to be getting, that information, that content. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, to me personally, it doesn't matter how you get it. As long as you get it in some kind of way at least.
Yeah.
So, still pretty exciting.
As long as I can tend to more farms, it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Just let me farm. Just let me do that one more farm here. All right. So next up is actually just a positive note from our friend Rokk, which we talk about a lot today, but it happens sometimes. So one morning I woke up and I saw this, and it was very inspiring. It was just when you see those really positive posts, it just makes you very make you feel good about Stadia. So here he says, "This has been happening every month since 2019, and every month I have had great value in return. Until and unless Google Stadia decide to call it a day, I will happily continue to support a bunch of people trying to make their dreams succeed. No path is straight, no journey is simple." So I don't usually retweet people who talks about Stadia just like that, but I don't know. This to me was really inspiring. I had to retweet it, but it's very cool to see people dedicated like that.
This is something like this tweet would be something like you could put on those inspirational posters, right? Like the wording on it is just like you said. It just makes you feel good inside there, and just to see cut out all the drama, cut out all the silliness. I think he tweeted this shortly after the article last week here.
Yeah, February 5th.
Yeah,
it must have been around that. Yeah.
On the 5th there.
Yep.
And it's just good. It's just to be able to see level-headed, clear thinking. You know, it's okay. Just
Yeah.
calm down, everybody, and it's so awesome.
To me, this is my kind of clickbait. This is what I click, and I'm like, oh, what is this? This is an interesting thing to click on. You know, this is these types of article where I read. I take the time to read.
Not gonna lie, I've had times where I have cancelled it, but then like I have withdrawal symptoms for like 3 days, and I'm like, no, I have to get back.
I do that too. Yeah. I didn't do it like recently, but I used to do that too. I used to cancel, and I'll go back next month, and then a couple of weeks later, here I am.
Time for all of it, and then I'm like, I've got to claim them. I've got to claim them.
I remember you're like, oh man, like if they have crappy game this month, I'm not gonna subscribe, but you always ended up like coming back. So it's funny. All right, next one is Doug Zimring. We don't hear often from him. He I've looked it up, and he posts on his account maybe like twice a month. You know, he's there once in a while making an appearance. But what's amazing and awesome is so Ray. He noticed that Dove he followed Ray all of a sudden, which was amazing. Dove, by the way, is the co-founder of Google Stadia, so very important role in the company. So after Ray posted that, he goes ahead and tweeted back, and he says, "Ray, I enjoy watching you on Stadium Connect North. Great discussion with NinjaGuy X and Four Scars Gaming." So me and John, we I never call him Scar. We were talking in the background. We were so excited. I think we were talking to each other on like 3 different platforms. We were talking on Twitter. We were talking on Discord private message, and we were talking on a Discord channel. We were so excited. Like for people, Google employees like that recognizing us, and then I think that. Erin, I think she's called. She gave it a like also, and John got a message from someone from Google. Like just Google employees making appearance like that and talking to us is so heartwarming. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It's like very quickly and just say it just is a testament to you guys of what you do for the Stadia community. And I think for everyone in the chat and everyone in the Stadia community, we do thank you for putting on an amazing show every week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like I know, like Ninja and I, when we were talking about too, like we felt so much blessed. Love and support, and it's just so blessed, and it's awesome. Like, and this is just shows you, all the work, the hard work that put in it is so amazing, and we love it. And again too, it shows you too here that you never know who's watching. They might not talk in the chat, but Google's watching. This is one of the many things that we say about, when people go, oh, well, they don't pay attention. They don't know. Of course they do, right?
Yeah,
like they're listening. There's business decisions. Sometimes we don't agree with them, or it might not make sense to us, but there's always a reason for what they do. So if anybody here from Google or the Stadia team is watching, thank you so much. We love your platform, and we love talking about it and spreading the positivity about the community and the platform throughout.
Exactly, and we don't speculate when we get a message like that. We just appreciate that they take the time to do that. This is all it's all about. Like, they notice that the community is very strong with Stadia, and it's cool to see them interact with us like that. So
right. And just like I said, we've heard from developers time and time again. For mayor, I know Lord Vivek here in the chat. He's mentioning if only they would come on. I think I'm going to be honest with you here. There's probably legalities as to why they don't come on the shows, but regardless, like I said, we still have a voice. As small as anybody thinks that the community is, there's still a voice. They're listening. Developers are listening as well. So keep with your enthusiasm, your constructive criticism, keeping it professional and things like that. And, they're definitely listening and taking notes. So it's awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome to see that. When we saw that was that last
let's have a look.
Friday?
That was the same date that we got the message from Rokk. So it was like a few days after the article. Like a few days has passed since then. So,
okay. So yeah, so it's awesome to see. So great.
Oh,
Oh.
Exception here says new tweet from Stadia right now. Check it. You know what?
Okay.
That's
another
what
developer
Stadium
one.
Connect
Yeah.
note is. Breaking
That's
news,
the-
right?
Yeah.
There's
I
a
think
second
was this
developer post which they've
Oh.
posted 2 today within the past couple of hours now.
Stadia Hunters? What are you trying to do here? Paid
I'm
promotion?
just not trying to promote. No, shameful promotion.
Yeah, oh my
Uh,
god.
Yeah. All right, so 1 minute ago. Wow, that was fast.
Oh, look
Exception.
at this. Look
So,
at this.
We got a few things
Wait.
actually. So we got was Joseph Wright.
So
this is
that's
from
about the
Far Cry.
DLC for Far
Right.
Cry 6. But this is awesome here. Look at
Yeah.
this.
So play anywhere, develop anywhere. Here's how we're making it easier for developers to develop and certify their games, which improves the quality of the experience and makes it easier to bring content to the platform.
So,
I'm just gonna like and retweet this.
Before you click on that, Ninja, can you click on the picture and bring it to focus here?
Yes.
Now looky who's in the
Who
in
is
the
this?
picture there.
Who is
Who
this?
is that?
I don't know.
Fletch, do you know who that is?
Is this Bald John or is
Um,
this? I don't know.
Don't know. Looks like my dad. I don't know.
No, it looks like you did. No.
Your dad?
Isn't that Phil?
Oh yeah.
Phil Harrison.
Yeah, I saw him
right?
down the street the other day. He's back in England. Apparently.
Yeah, I've heard. So I've heard.
No. So this is from, so here's a picture of Phil, right? So I kind of think like they're kind of being cheeky, right? They're
Yes.
being cheeky because everyone's saying, I want to hear from Phil. I want to hear from Phil. Yep.
Mhm.
So this is a little like that's an Easter egg. I noticed
I like
that
it.
right away is like that's an Easter egg and a nod. And to me, I take that as yes, Phil is still here.
Mhm.
We hear you, right?
Yeah.
So this is awesome.
Yeah,
Proof
exactly.
of life, yeah. Proof of life.
You got proof of life. No, this
Okay,
is
yes.
good. I like
so let's
I like
see.
that they're a lot more active lately. It's it shows it's very promising to see stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not we're not going to read through it. We're just going to see a little bit what it looks like.
Let's give you an
Bold
image of what
characters.
it looks like in the test hub as well, which is quite interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Limited to the test client, web-based data area situation where it's there. Okay. Yeah, it seems very deep. Oh,
very
my gosh! It's
technical.
like those old tech posts that they used to do, right? They were explaining like how Assassin's Creed got ported on Stadia and stuff like
Mhm.
that. This is cool, man. This is how they
Yes.
explain it.
So this breaks it down. Look at this. This is like because I think people had said that in the survey as well. Like, look at this here. It's like this is awesome where it's going in and it's showing you
Visual
code,
Studio.
right?
This is what I use every day at work, so it's funny to see
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is awesome here, and it's telling you the different number of benefits, how to test their code. Like,
Oh my
wow,
gosh,
this is amazing. Monitoring a game running in the test hub.
This is cool.
So yeah, so again, yeah, look at this. Like,
Oh, we
people
got some names
saying
too
here
there?
too.
Nice.
Yeah, these posts are great. So this is what people have been asking for, right? So here's the technical jargon and all the details that people like to get down in the nitty gritty and find out about, and that's awesome. Like, I'm definitely like going to go into greater detail here. I love
Yeah.
that they included that picture of Phil up there. Like, just again, just
Is it
being
up there?
cheeky
Yeah.
here. I really do think that they put that there just to kind of be like a nod to people as well.
Yeah.
And,
I do want to shout
yeah.
one thing out. Phil always has the best shoes on in any
Oh
picture I
gosh,
see of
that's
him.
true.
Oh yeah, look
wow.
at that. He's
Wow.
got
Richard.
some nice shoes
Yeah.
there.
Always.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So yeah, so that's awesome. It's great. Yeah, it's definitely.
All right. So yeah, we'll read. I will definitely read it and see, what it's about. It's always interesting to
Mhm.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, summarize it and things like that. Yeah.
So next up is the Winter Community Championship. We are currently at week 2. It's going to end at midnight again on Sunday, midnight PST. So you guys, if you want to participate, go ahead and have a look. If I'm not mistaken, Fletch is currently first in this challenge, which is crazy.
29 seconds, boys.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I tried before the show, and I'm exactly at the same time as you, like 22nd and 63.63 or something like that, 28.63.
Yeah, something like that.
And
Yeah.
that made me second place. And but it's so funny that we got the exact same time. on
I
there.
did try earlier trying to beat my time again, and there's just I physically no way because the lums don't come in quick enough.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. The third,
what can I do?
yeah, like the fifth lump set or something like that. I know what you mean when you're slide there. Anyway, so guys, it's so much fun. If you want to participate, you can go ahead and go on pntsnetwork.com. All of the information is in featured, and then go to Winter Community Championship, and you'll get all the information. As we mentioned, week 3 is Merek's Market, so you can now practice if you like to try this challenge up. And so me and John, we haven't decided on a time yet, but on Sunday we'll be commentating on some of the runs that people have made. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
And next up, we got something that I've personally added, which was kind of interesting. So here someone says, looks like Sega knows what's up with the cloud. And so when we look at, I don't know what is this. I don't know if it's like a company description or something like that. But it's mentioning that they will be responsibilities will include additional focus on emerging streaming platform like Google Stadia and Amazon Luna. So this is actually a job description now that I know it's compliance specialist. So it looks like Sega is still in the game. We might be seeing some more games from Sega sometime soon. I like this. It just means that Sega is still looking to support Stadia, which is a good thing. And last but not least, this one I'm going to let John talk about it. So it looks like the developer of survival title Derelicts has expressed an interest in bringing the game to Stadia. So I'll leave the voice to John.
Okay. So I originally saw it was a post in the Stadia Reddit about someone had mentioned that there's a developer who is making a game, Derelicts, and I think it's just a one-person team. And during the stream, they were showing off the game of what they have built so far. And someone asked about, oh, well, would you consider bringing the game to Stadia? And the developer said, yes. Well, it's now further evolved. Someone tweeted out as well, and it might very well be the same person that posted this in the Reddit, asking about will you bring it to Stadia? And the Derelict says, "Hi, Coke. I'll have to check if Google Stadia allows early access games. If so, it'd be really cool, and I'll look into it. But for sure, I'll have to have the game on Stadia in the long run." So in that thread there's of course the community automatically reach out. Yes, there's early access games. There's this and this. There's a link like Adam Original Penguin got the link how to develop. So very helpful, right? Like this is what I was talking about earlier. People are talking about and reaching out in the community, and so this is awesome. People again talking about having the test slice their channels, right? So so it's kind of newsworthy there that over at Stadia Source they got an article on it. Here's some of the gameplay that they have up. It looks pretty interesting, but again, it's really early on in development. Awesome. Again, the community reaching out, helping. Who knows? Like the developer even said, it maybe not be there at launch when I put this on PC, but I definitely would love to get it onto the platform. So who knows? Maybe in a year or so, we'll be playing Derelicts here. And again, thanks to all the help and support from the community.
Yeah, you never know. Because, I do feel like maybe not yet. We haven't had any project where the community helped. But I feel like maybe in the future, there's a few games where we might have influenced some of these devs to get some games on there. So, which is pretty cool.
So I just saw this here. Lord Vivek was asking about the week 3 challenge. Is there a link yet for the challenge, or is that coming out on Sunday or Monday?
Yes. So keep a lookout for the Winter Community Championship on Twitter. There hasn't been any link or anything yet, but keep an eye out, and we'll be letting you know. We'll be telling you the rules. The rules are set in stones, but we did not give like which stage we're going to play at or anything like that. So keep an eye out. We'll be telling more detail probably on Monday at the earliest, or maybe Sunday. I'm not too sure. So keep a lookout.
Awesome. Granite says devs don't choose Stadia. The Stadia community chooses devs.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Granite's asking, And I don't. This hasn't been announced yet. This info will come out soon.
But I'm gonna say, it's in the early levels because we don't want people to take too much time to unlock everything, right? So practice, the first few stages, and that will help out.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So this was the community to use, and we had some cool conversation here with Dave from Big Village Games, and then we had some pretty good news. We got the community news, and now we're on to our last segment, which is the open chat. So guys, if you want to talk about anything, feel free to let us know. Fletch, if you have anything you'd like to talk about, feel free to let us know. I always have a subject at the beginning of the show, and I always forget. My subject. Yeah. So
just a quick reminder too. We still have one copy left to give away of Merek's Market. So if you haven't already entered, and if you've entered previously, no worries. Your entry is still in there. If you haven't entered, hashtag Stadium Connect North. And that will give you your shot. We'll give that away at the end of the show here.
Yeah.
And,
do you want to announce the winner of the other? Let me share my screen again. Yeah.
Yeah. Share your screen if you could bring up the tweet.
Yep.
So this Monday, we kicked off from the Stadium Connect North Twitter account. Let me know once you're ready, Ninja, and I'll bring it up here.
Yeah,
or actually, you could do it.
I can do that. Yeah.
I forget now. There's a cool new feature, Restream Now. We can have, which we've been wanting to. And again, it sounds like this show is a Rokk plug, but it's not. It's just because Rokk is an awesome person. He shared with me about Restream tweeted that there's now a Teams function in it that allows us to both Ninja and myself at the same time be administrators. Previously, it was just one or the other, and the other would have to come in as guest. Now we can work in tandem. And so this is great. So we put up a contest here on Monday. It says we're giving away a play and watch with Google TV package and a game of your choice to one lucky winner. So for this, you get to choose the color of the Chromecast with Google TV, the color, the controller you want, and the game you want.
Yes.
The contest is open worldwide, and you had to be following both myself and NinjaGuy X on YouTube. And the question was, how would you help spread Stadia with a prize if you won? So we had a boatload of entries in here. And it was just, wow, like totally awesome. So what we did here, we just an overwhelming response and so many awesome tweets and what people would do. So what we did here is just right before the show started, Ninja and we got together and we said, okay, let's each on our own pick our top 5 entries, and we put them together. And then from there, we saw what we had similar. So it was still, even after doing that, we had a couple that were similar, and we narrowed it down to the top 3. And oh my gosh, it was so hard to decide who was going to win. But ultimately, our winner here, I don't know if you can find it.
Yeah, it took me some time to read everything, and I did read everything, and we did.
Yeah, we went through them all. Yep. So we went through them all, and definitely made sure this was so super hard to be able to choose. But ultimately, we chose Scooterama as the winner for this month. Scooterama will be giving this to a YMCA youth center. Yep. And what is awesome about this is, I want to see if I can mention the specific details that I have. So in the obviously still with staying not too many details, but the YMCA center that this will be going to, it's not a private institution, but it's a youth club run by the city. And Scooterama has some ties with the city council and things like that. So this is going to go for an amazing cause. There's going to be kids there that are going to be able to play and enjoy Stadia. And yeah, it's going to be so awesome. And I've asked Scooter that once everything does get set up and whatnot, if he could maybe just take a couple of pictures and just tweet it out as for the community and things like that. And yeah, it is so awesome. So awesome. And we're so blessed to have Jack donate this prize to our show here. And congratulations, Scooterama. We're super glad that this is going to go to a great cause. And I believe Scooterama's in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
exactly.
So shout out to our friends in Germany here. And like we said, this is open worldwide. So we'll have another contest like this next month.
Yep.
Maybe we'll change up the way that you enter and things like that. So, but again, congratulations, Scooterama. We are so excited to have this go to the YMCA Youth Center here. It's so awesome. We're getting lots of love in the chat there as well. So yeah, amazing. Yep. And he says, look, I'll send you a picture of the kids playing. Yep. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, definitely like just tweet that out, tag us. We'll obviously mention it on the show as well. And just, showing the love in the community and things like that. So it was an awesome contest. And this was interesting to see all the different entries. And it was so difficult. I know you and I were going back and forth on, out of the top three here.
Yeah,
so
I had, there's at least two that I had a hard time with, but ultimately we decided with Scooter for sure. We talked to him in the background, and it was a very very heartwarming to see what he was going to do. So it's cool. Now with that, we were about to go with the community chat, so I'm just going to go ahead and read some older text that people has sent us here. But for example, Exception says, I'm really excited for World War Z Aftermath. Been playing it on GFN, and it will be really great on Stadia. So I know a few of my friends that are pretty excited for it too. It looks like a very interesting title. When I first heard about it on Stadia, I thought it was like a really old title, because I remember the movie, right? The movie has been out for 10 years now. It's been a while, right?
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is probably an old game. But then I've learned that Aftermath is like a update of the game, and it's there's a lot of new features on it, I guess, and it looks pretty exciting.
New features and content, and it'll have cross play as well. So just like Exception, I played it on GFN as well, so it's great. I'm looking forward to it coming to Stadia. Now, they did mention winter, so winter started the end of December, and I think, when does winter end? Is it March?
I have no idea.
End of March, something like that. Yeah.
End of March.
Weird like that. Yeah.
So again, we can expect it within, I would say, the next month and a half, right? So in the next 4 to 6 weeks, at some time.
It should be sometime soon.
Yeah, we'll see it. Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go. We see Anthony is saying
yes,
he's really excited for World War Z and Dawn of the Monsters. Awesome.
We're getting some very interesting game like that, and then we're getting Death Carnival, of course. This year seems is a lot of independent game, new games from new devs that we don't see a lot, right? So I know that Dawn of the Monsters, they have a few games in their bag, but not a lot. It's all newer dev that's coming in, which is kind of exciting. And honestly, these are games that I probably wouldn't even have noticed if they weren't on Stadia, just because they give a lot more of a spotlight on the platform.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Here, Scooterama says that he's open for suggestions. If you guys, he's going to decide on the game for the Stadia account for YMCA. So if you have any suggestion for local multiplayer for him, feel free to let him know in DMs or here also. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if John is reading something. I thought, I'm going to let other people talk. So Fletch, are you excited about World War Z? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so personally for me, I played it way back when it came out originally on Xbox.
Nice.
When the first original World War Z came out, and obviously Aftermath's the big update they had about a year ago, I think it was now, so not too long ago. But yeah, no, really looking forward to playing it on Stadia. 60 FPS will be very nice, especially
Yes.
with first person. First person games at 30 do make me a bit queasy, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, but no, it will be a really good title, and hopefully with Saber bringing it, I want to see what's it called now, the first person shooter game that they did as well. I want to see that on here as well, the competitive one. I've forgotten what it's called now.
Okay.
I will figure it out. Give me a second.
On the spot there. Anthony's saying in the chat, what if World War Z is a pro title and exceptions as well? It very well could be. It was free on Epic, so I bet it will be. So who knows? Maybe it could be a March pro title, right? Like, who knows? That was something. Also, too, I kind of, after the show yesterday, when we were chatting a little bit off the air, I kind of thought, well, hey, do you think maybe Dawn of the Monsters might also be a pro game in March? And you're kind of like, well, I don't know, maybe I don't, so who knows? It's, we've seen this trend too of new games launching into pro, so that would be awesome. Like, to see that. It's just like we've seen, and this was great too, how Dave mentioned Jack's reporting, right?
Yes.
He said, oh, there's somebody out there that does like leaderboard stuff and things like that. And of course, we all know that that's Jack the Slip, right? So again, people are paying attention. The devs are paying attention. And we've seen every single game that's went to Stadia Pro that you're able to measure the amount of people that are playing always goes up.
Yes.
So it's never a bad deal to get your game on Stadia Pro, right? So it's just, making those negotiations and things like that. So it is awesome. Yeah.
Especially with the incentive now that they get like a big percentage of money with these. So it's very fun. And every month, I think we're getting at least like one or two new games on the platform that goes on Pro, which is kind of cool. We never like get a full, I don't know if it ever happened, but we always get like a full month of games with, like, we never got a full month where it was already games on the platform in the library. So it's always cool to see like new games coming in on the first.
So I also, what? I see Anthony in the chat here, and I want to give Anthony a shout out. February is Black History Month, and I remember last year Anthony and a few other people in the community did a very powerful and inspirational stream and talk with other Black Stadia content creators. Anthony again is getting that scheduled for this year as well. Yeah, okay. So I saw several tweets. So Anthony, definitely keep us posted. We would love to help share that news. We brought Ray on last week as part of Black History Month for our content creators. And, Ray is fantastic person. So definitely, Anthony, keep us posted on the progress of that. We would definitely love to spread the word on that little event that you're working on here.
Yeah, definitely. I'm curious. I wasn't too aware of it, so looking forward to that to see what kind of content creators we'll be seeing on there. Yeah,
I don't know, Anthony. Do you have a minute? We know like the cowboy likes to talk, so we're going to ask you, Anthony. Do you have a couple of minutes that you want to come on and maybe talk about it a little bit and just get a little bit of the word out there? I know he's never going to say no, so let's see what he says.
I'll send him the link and see if he pops up. Yep.
In terms of the game, which I was on about, it was Insurgency Sandstorm, which is by Focus.
Oh, of course.
Focus published World War Z.
You were talking about that. I think you tried to like encourage the developers, right, to get this game on Stadia. I remember you were pretty excited about it.
I'm hoping to do. But one thing I did want to bring up as well, which I actually found on Twitter earlier, was a article which Brian put out, Nerf Report, about cloud at Google, and it was Jack Buser putting out a article based on the cloud, and there was quite an interesting quote that was taken from it, saying that if my metaverse doesn't have games, count me out. We're looking at some exciting new developments in the coming months with some major industry players. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Oh, do you have that to share?
I
on your
do.
screen?
I can bring up here.
I know.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Oh,
no,
okay.
I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I see that cowboy. Okay. He can never turn down. Oh, he's even in the car. He's hardcore. Yeah. Let's take it to Anthony here real quick.
No problem.
Since that cowboy is here.
All right.
There we go. Anthony, how are you?
So I'm listening to the show, and I'm like, they said I could get on. So I told my wife, she's driving. I said, listen, I need to jump on real quick. We're
yeah.
mother-in-law's house.
Oh,
and
hey.
so
Anthony,
driving.
I remember. Oh, hey, how are you? So Anthony, I remember last year you put together this amazing show for Black History Month with the members in the community. And I was hoping that this would be something again you would do this year. And I saw your tweets and I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. So I thought maybe if you could come on here and just maybe chat for a minute or two while you're on your way in the car there to let everybody know about it, maybe when it's going to be happening, if you have anybody lined up for it or anything like that.
Yeah, so I've been working hard to put it together. I reached out to a bunch of people and it went really well. I pretty much filled it up instantly, but
nice.
It's gonna be the 19th, so next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're gonna have the great MM2K is gonna be a part of it. Rated Game and Cyborg, King Ejimix that we haven't seen in forever, but he's gonna come out.
Nice.
You name it. A lot of people are gonna be on it. I got the list, but obviously I can't look at the list while I'm driving. Suave is going to be on there. You know, he's the new guy in the community.
Is Main Games going to be there?
Who?
Main Games?
Main's going to be on there. Squid's going to be on there. Yeah, I actually had to switch it up so Main could be a part of it because the original date was his anniversary. So I've been doing a lot so I could get people to join. It's going to be about 9 of us. And we're going to start off. Yeah, we're going to start off with a podcast, and we're just going to, discuss, it's Black History Month, so being Black as gamers and being Stadia fans, importantly. And then we're going to have some people who are going to actually do streams. So Colin, the Emperor Collins is actually going to be a part of it. He's going to do a stream following right after. Main Games is going to stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. And Squid is seeing when he can stream. So it's going to be a full day of, some content creators. Cool. And then just to let you guys know, last year we did the same thing, but this year we'll also be doing Women's History Month, which is March.
Wow!
So next month we'll have the ladies. Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. So
the cowboy taking it to the next level, huh?
Yeah, man.
Right, that's right. So say what you want. You're a good man. I know what I mean. Some people, they have their thoughts and whatever, but deep down inside, you're a true hardcore, and we really do appreciate that, Anthony. That's so awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for allowing me to come on. And honestly, guys, I love entertainment, man. I'm a wrestling fan, so sometimes I push buttons on purpose because I like to heal, But I mean well. I love everybody, and but I'm just here for the entertainment. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. We'll definitely. When you have a chance, get us that information. We'll do everything we can to help promote, and so everybody knows where they can go and things like that. It's so awesome. Thank you for doing this for the community, and it's great. Yeah.
Well, you guys, thank you for having me on. Sorry that I'm in the car, but John was right. He said he'll never turn it down. I said to my wife, "That's right. Let's get on real quick."
even if you were driving, you'd pull over and ask to drive. You say, "Honey, I gotta talk. I can't turn this down."
You'd be in the McDonald's and you'd be like talking with the clerk, and you'd be talking. Oh man, I love you. I love you so much.
Are we going to get that famous cowboy? Usually you start with it, but maybe you can exit with it. Can we get that?
All right, fair enough. Well, what I've been saying recently, and if you guys catching on, but this video is gonna be epic because I'm a cowboy. Oh man!
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Oh, he's
Oh,
already gone. He hung up just like that. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Just like
Okay,
a
so
cowboy.
Horse
yeah,
outro.
classic, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up what Fletch was talking about
Oh, yeah.
here.
Yeah, so this was the
Let me
article
see.
that they posted, the game
Okay.
industry trends in 2022. Sort of is a really interesting read, with Jack Bees has put together. But if you go down slightly and go to just under streaming like never before, as you'll see here, looks like cloud streaming, 5G, and edge computing are likely to accelerate the use of game streaming. And if you go on, it says, if my metaverse doesn't have games, count me out. We're looking at some exciting new developments in the coming months with some major industry players. Stay tuned, which is always a good
Nice.
sign, especially
So-
coming from Google Cloud, which is
Yeah. Could
always
you
fun.
could you send that in the private chat and we'll post it in the channel as well for
Oh,
people
perfect.
to read here?
So-
yeah, I didn't see that.
So to you, Fletch, what do you speculate of this? Do you speculate that we're gonna see some like major games coming on Google? Is that what you're reading from that?
I think from this, it's hard to tell, just because Google Cloud have obviously worked with Call of Duty before with regards to their league play. So that was quite a big one that they announced. Sort of, I believe it was last year, now around 6 months ago. But with this, the fact that they're working with new developers, big developers moving forward, it does give an indication that they might be doing something on the Stadia side as well, and especially because even though a lot of us don't obviously like what Business Insider put and stuff like that, obviously they did mention at points that Campcom were looking at doing stuff with Google, so it gives it a bit of an insight as to those conversations could have gone on longer. Same with like Bungie, etc. So we could always see that sort of come into fruition. And I think with the whole metaverse thing, I know everyone doesn't like talking about that and its complexity, it is about getting the entertainment in there as well. A lot of these businesses are looking at that, and I think that's why people always go, oh, Stadia is going to go away and stuff. It's not going to go away because that's now their gaming arm, and they'll want to keep that in there for their metaverse, like Facebook, like Microsoft, like all of the big tech companies going in, like Tencent, etc. So Google know what they're doing. They are speaking to big industry players, and at the end of the day, if it doesn't come to anything, it means that they're still having the talks with the big developers. So it's always giving that indication that something could possibly happen on Stadia as well, which is always a positive thing to see in my eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like we said, you know, the people at Google and in Stadia, they know, they're not dumb, right? Like, are we really smarter than the people that are paid, you know, the money to do their jobs and are trained and things like that? You know, again, we may not always agree with how things unfold or things like that, but there's always a reason behind it, and we're never gonna know 100% why. We can always guess and speculate, and you know, people say, oh well, Google doesn't care about Stadia, and no matter what they do to show, the goalposts keep moving back and back and back, and you know, it's just silly. But I see someone popped into the chat here.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think, I don't know, this is Clive, formerly known as, on Tuesday's show on Rokk, he was God. So
what?
He went on there as God, and now he's on here, says I am. I'm not sure what that's a response to, or if it's a riddle, or I don't know. Is it an English thing? Fletch, do you know what he's talking about?
No.
I just messing with Clive here, but
funny.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So action-packed show. I don't know. Do either of you have anything? Is there anything else that you wanted to touch upon, or?
No, I think we cleared out everything that we had.
Yeah, all good. I think a benefit of what you just said, John, as well, in regards to everyone saying that Google know what they're doing. They definitely do. It's like all the bigwigs you see on Twitter who think they're some sort of business analyst with Game Pass, and that is not making them any revenue when it definitely is.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
at the end of the day,
like just, services are the bread and butter of the companies, and we know this time and time again. And I think it's just like, it's that refuse to change the way that the gaming industry is evolving just like I've always mentioned, just like movies, just like TV, just like, audio as well,
Everything.
and things like that. Like, I've got two kids myself, and my daughter is 23 and my son is 18. And the way that they've grown up and the way that they now watch movies, consume music is totally different, than the way that I grew up with records and cassettes, and then
Yep.
it was CDs, and then it was downloading your MP3s off the internet, and then finally to streaming and things like that. And if you just look at it, it's just like same thing with telephones as well. We all had the landlines, the rotary phones. Clive as Google. So it's just the inevitable, different changes that are going on, and some people don't like it. Like I've seen comments out there, especially with what we've mentioned earlier, the cloud games coming to Switch, Kingdom Hearts, and they're like, oh, if the gaming goes to cloud, I'm going to stop playing. Well, it's ever evolving. Like, come on, get real.
Yeah.
But
The thing is,
anyways,
it's very inevitable that it's all going to go cloud. I think sort of with a thing like, I'm 25, I still remember VCRs, but not very much. I was quite young, obviously, at the time. But I grew up essentially with, the internet coming up still.
Right.
And then in terms of moving over to stuff like streaming was sort of part of my childhood. And then sort of with my daughter and my son, my son's on his iPad all the time. Watching things, streaming things. So it's inevitable that it will happen.
Changing.
It's changed.
Yeah.
People are resistant to change. They're always going to be resistant to change.
Yeah.
I see that when I work, I used to work in the telecoms industry, and the amount of people who are scared of moving over from a traditional plug your phone into a wall to then dialing off a computer, the amount of times I got, I don't like that. I don't want to change.
They don't want to change. No.
And now you speak to people now, it's been a couple of years later, and they're like, oh yeah, I've got that already. And it's like, oh,
right.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Right. Like changing from, you used to have the old rotary phones where you put your finger in, you go, and you let it go back.
Yeah, I don't want to change that. I'm still using one.
No, I like that phone on the wall and things like that. And it's just these fundamental changes, like you said, even like with your kids as well and my kids, like it's the celebrities or the people they look up to now are all like online personalities, right? It's like I hear my daughter and my son talking about so and so, this and this, and I don't even know who they are. Some of the times I'll just throw little like weird comments in because I remember years ago they used to watch
You're such a dad, John.
I don't. Yeah, I mess with my kids all the time. They're always they love me for it though. But I always would throw these comments in all the time and just weird things and kind of just to see what their reaction is. And they're like, "No, Dad, blah blah blah. This has changed. Nobody does that." Or they'll go, "Okay, Grandpa," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever," right? Because and of course they're just joking along, but it's
all fun.
It's so fun to see. But yeah, definitely. The future is within cloud gaming, and I think even let's see what Clive says here. I've seen the future. His 12-year-old son on FIFA on Stadia with his friend who brought over his PlayStation controller. It was awesome. They had fun, and that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
so that's cool. So like Clive's son, it had a friend over, a sleepover or whatever. And he brought his PlayStation controller. They had their Stadia controller. They played FIFA, and it didn't matter what system or what platform it was on. It was just that it had fun, right? They had fun.
It doesn't
now
matter.
Imagine bringing your controller and having to download. Oh
my gosh!
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I think it's all with that convenient side. I think sort of my son does it as well. He comes in and goes, "I want to play the car game," and I'm like, what? And he'll point to the controller and just go on it, and I'm like, all right then.
That's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna go to the giveaway, but before we do that, I would just like to say thank you to some people here who gives us some donations. So Blizz, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Cowboy when Cowboy came in. So Blizz, it looks like Blizz is a big fan of Cowboy. And speaking of which, now we got Cowboy giving us another super chat for $5. So I love this show, and thank you for always having me on. You guys are epic. Well, thank you so much. This is very kind of you.
Yeah, it's awesome. And like we mentioned about Anthony too, like some people on Twitter or things like that will mention Anthony ruffles some feathers, and he even mentioned it there that he does that purposely.
Yeah.
But I think deep down inside, he's a really good guy, down to earth person.
I agree.
And it just shows by his actions here on, coming up for Black History Month, and then also Women's History as well. So it's awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Anthony, for watching us and contributing and just being a great guy. Okay, so now let's go to the giveaway here. So anybody that hasn't already, and I see lots of people into the giveaway here. If you haven't already entered and you would like to win a copy of Merek's Market on Stadia, thanks to our good pal Dave, who was on earlier, which now seems like an eternity ago, but it was only a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
It's only been a couple hours ago that Dave was on here. I always love doing Stadium Connect North because we always have so much to talk about and interacting with the community, people in the chat, and finding out new information and all this stuff. It is so awesome. But so Dave donated 2 copies of the game, and we're going to NinjaGuy is going to make a $25 donation to one of the winners of a charity of their choice, $25 Canadian. And shout out Clive there. Thank you so much, Clive, for the donation, £5. Wow, I think that's like $50 Canadian now, isn't
That's
it?
a lot. We're rich, John. We're rich.
We're rich, Clive. Thank you. So awesome. So I got off. I don't even know where I was. So what we're doing is Ninja's gonna donate $25 to a charity of one of the winners of choice, and I'm gonna donate $25 to a charity of the other winners of choice. Just as a goodwill gesture and a thank you for Dave for those codes.
Yeah.
So all my talking is done. That gave everyone a chance here that hadn't already entered. # Stadium Connect North. Get in for your chance to win a copy of a really awesome game that just happens to be the 3rd game in the 3rd week of the Winter Community Championship. So here we go. Everybody, fingers crossed, toes crossed, and congratulations. I'm delaying this here, right? Not purposely,
Okay.
but as the stuff comes to me here, congratulations to Scooterama in the chat there. He was the winner of the Chromecast with Google TV controller and game of their choice. That's going to the YMCA Youth Center in Germany. So that's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, we know Germany's a big country, and I know it sounds generic just to say Germany, but we'll find out. Maybe I don't know if he definitely wants to share any of the details, but he said he's going to send some pictures along once they get it up and running and they get the hardware. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll see something. Okay, so enough of me blabbing. Here we go. The winner, dum is Petter Games. Craig.
Hey, congrats, Petter.
Let's see. Is Craig awake?
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, it's almost midnight over in the UK there. I don't know if Craig's awake here.
Let's see.
Craig you got 60 seconds to claim your prize.
Come on, Craig.
Petter, Craig. Do. We'll see. Petter Games. He's got a new icon there. Avatar looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's putting some more production in his stream lately. He's really getting into it, so it's very cool.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot what time it was in the UK.
Probably gonna pass out sometime soon.
So for me, it's 6:51 p.m. I think for Ninja, it's you're an hour ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
So 7:51, and then for Fletch, it's 11:51. So even though we're Stadium Connect North, based out of Canada, we're all over the world.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, it looks like Craig was
pond, as you say.
Across the pond. That's right. Yeah. I mean, because Canada and the UK are so close and intertwined. We still have allegiance to the Queen and ties and things like that. So it's really just an extension, a sister country, so to speak.
Yeah, we're like united. in
Yeah.
a way. So
I still always wonder if people think like everyone from the UK have met the Queen, and it's not true.
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
I know a guy from UK. You probably know him. His name is like William.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm down
Well,
in Farmerland.
Okay, so it looks like Craig isn't here. Sorry,
Okay.
Craig. Let's go ahead and pick another winner here. Daniel. It's Daniel here.
Daniel.
He's on the West Coast. He's
Yeah.
3 hours behind.
Yeah.
Daniel, you've won. So it's 3:52 p.m. for Daniel.
Super
Wonder if
early
Daniel's
for
still-
him.
Yeah. I wonder if Daniel's still watching here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully, Daniel. I know. Big shout out. Congratulations. Daniel and Death Alive won the Death Carnival $50
oh.
right? The
Daniel
giveaway that
also.
they had.
Wow.
Yeah. Daniel tagged Death Alive in it, and so they both won.
Oh,
So
that's
let's
how
see.
it
So
works.
today's Daniel's lucky day. I don't know if he can claim it here. Daniel, you need to buy a lotto ticket.
Come on, Daniel, come here.
All right. Let's see if Daniel got. Oh my gosh! You
Yeah,
only got
that guy's wearing his
couple-
lucky socks, definitely.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my lord!
Yeah.
He has luckies. I see that lucky
yeah.
socks.
Maybe our show went too long. Maybe everybody's sleeping now.
Well, you never know. You gotta be on your toes. Well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Daniel, it's past here. I've even given some extra time. Let's
Oh,
see.
wow.
It's third time the charm here. Let's see, folks. Crow.
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 Resin.
Yes, is Crow in here? Crow.
Mr. Crow.
Ian says I need some lucky socks.
Yeah.
Crow, you're the third winner. Are you going to claim the
Yay!
Crow claim
Crow's
the
here.
prize?
There you go.
Yay! Okay,
Congrats.
so congratulations, Crow. I think you know how to get a hold of us, but if not, exclamation mark contact. That'll give you an email, Twitter, Discord. We're going to update that as well to include Ninja's info as well, so that it's not just.
So Crow, get a hold of me if you can. If you can't, that's fine. You can get a hold of John. But I have the code, so it'll just be easier if you get a hold of me. But yeah, if you can, it's okay. It's just to let you know.
Yep. So, well, it looks like it's another amazing show coming to an end here. Episode 18 already. It just feels like yesterday that we started, but
Yes.
Time flies.
yeah,
Keeps going.
It keeps going, and I love all the amazing support from the community. And we're already lining up next week's show as well.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And contacting people, and so I'll keep watch if you haven't already of the Stadium Connect North Twitter account. It's Stadium Connect N on Twitter, and we post all information there. And Ninja and I also retweet it as well, but we try to build up the following on the Stadium Connect North Twitter account there. It'll be your main source of Stadium Connect news and contact. And yes, as Zarina said, hit that like button. We're broadcasting on both channels here. Now that we've added, we have that team functionality. Oh, we've got 3. I don't know if Fletch is streaming too.
Oh, maybe.
Are you streaming this? No. Okay.
Not tonight. No.
It's okay. Don't worry. I saw the look on your face. No, it's okay. No, because I know. Don't worry. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So, anyways, hit that like button. Now that we're able to schedule through the new Teams functionality here in Restream, we can do in tandem with Ninja. So you'll see now that we'll always be advertising the show. You can watch on both channels here, and it's the same great content where we do giveaways. This giveaway was particularly just for people that were watching on my channel, and we'll have it so it's set up so that you'll be able to enter from Ninja's or both of ours eventually here. Just getting some bugs worked out as well. So again, thank you so much, everybody. We really do appreciate it. Thanks, Fletch, for coming on, and I know you have your hands full there with the little one as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, the baby decided, I'm going to cry for 3 hours. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
You can't choose, Beggars can't be choosers.
That's right. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Now she's been asleep for almost 2 hours, and it's like,
Yep.
oh, lovely. And I bet you I'll go to bed in a minute, and then she'll wake up again,
Yep.
as per usual.
Yep.
But yeah, all fun.
Oh well.
You had your fun. Now you've got to pay
Yeah.
for it, right?
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. So again, thank you so much, everybody in the chat. We love you all. We appreciate all your support. And look out. Ninja will be streaming on his channel. I'll be joining him on his channel on Sunday. We're working out the time. We'll get that tweeted out so we can cover some of the entries from the Winter Championships entries here. It's Rayman Legends. So looking forward to that. Yep. So, all right. So take care, everybody. Have a great evening, a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk with you all soon.
Have a good one, guys. See you later. Bye.